I knew I wasn't going to be able to outpower him because my first time coming up to 200. So I knew I had to use the gifts that God gave me. Do you guys want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez? Enough said. Enough said. That means that we can't leave that fight on the table.
B3 Picks TV, we back again. Man, punch the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. We definitely working. Man, God is great. We blessed, not stressed. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network. Vay K Bay already in here. Appreciate you, Vay. Member of the channel. Appreciate Bentley, support of the channel. Salute to y'all pulling up for me. Man, listen. It's a lot going on in the sport of boxing. We got a great weekend of boxing coming up with Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley. I think that's gonna be a good fight. I mean, Wardley is a tough, durable fighter, but for whatever reason, Daniel Dubois is the same. But I think he may be a little past it. Depending on if you can land on the button, we've seen him fold in some fights. We definitely seen him fold in some fights. Shout out to Zan. Appreciate you pulling up, Zan. Oh yeah, okay. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm a little late. Everybody was ready. Seems like they ready. Seems like they ready for me. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Zan. Good to see you. Let's go. He said Woolley might pull this one off easily. I'm hoping you're right, Billy, because I definitely got a friendly 50 with our brother Marky Dan. So I'm hoping I can cash that in. Daniel Dubois is a puncher that I'm a little bit concerned about, but he's suspect. His chin is suspect. He's been stopped a few times. If Woolley can box him a little bit, then maybe he'll get him out of there. But if Woolley get cracked, it might be a different ball game. So we got to see. Hopefully you're right about that. Shout out to my brother Juan Claudio pulling up. Appreciate you pulling up, Juan. Billy said he rocking with DD. Triple, it's really Triple D, Dynamite, Daniel Dubois. Uh, man, I don't know. I don't know. Daniel Dubois about to take him out. Wow. Everybody feeling like Daniel Dubois was going to be the guy. So when Daniel Dubois wins, I guess then Frank Warren can make Daniel Dubois versus Tyson Fury. Okay. That makes sense. So they serving up Woolley for Daniel Dubois. I thought it was the other way around. Appreciate my brother Juan Claudio. Appreciate you for supporting the channel. I thought it was the other way around. I thought he was off. He was serving up Daniel Dubois for Woolley to build Woolley's name, so that way he can get Woolley in a big fight. So now what Juan Claudio was telling me is that Daniel Dubois is going to take Woolley out, and Daniel Dubois then they can make Fury versus Daniel Dubois. I like that. I like that. If that can happen. But Fury is locked in with AJ, so we'll see. Everything got to make sense. I don't think we're gonna get a Usyk Dane Dubois trilogy. I mean, I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. This fight is free on the zone. I don't know if it's free. It may be it may be a part of like a. Let me look real quick, Bentley. Appreciate you, Vade, letting the people know. Join the membership, support the channel, help the channel grow. We need that support. We need that love. Shout out to my brother Juan Claudio. Yeah, gonna put that man to sleep. How many rounds, Juan Claudio? Because at least we can cover the under. Because this is gonna be one of them type of fights where it's gonna be a punch. Is this a puncher's fight? I think Woolley might have just as much one punch power as Dubois, maybe more. You know, he had trouble with an outboxer in Justice Hooney, who we know is durable and sturdy, but he cleaned him up in round 10. So when Woolley lands that big right hand, he hurts people. Joseph Parker had some, good rounds against Woolley, but he ultimately got stopped as well. So my brother Juan Claudio with the 5 piece. Appreciate you, Juan. He said he's gonna put that man to sleep. Nasty work. Let me drop the link real quick. Irony Boxing in here. We're gonna talk boxing today. We can talk a little bit of Wardley Dubois. We can talk Haney Hitchens, Devin going to Zuffa boxing potentially, or I know it's a bidding war right now for Devin Haney's services with Paramount Plus and the Zone. Nobody really want to talk about that, but these people they position themselves to get in the Devin Haney business. So we're gonna see who locks down Devin Haney's future now. And shout out to our brother Irony Boxing. Appreciate you. God bless. Thank you, bro, for pulling up, supporting the channel, joining the membership, helping push the channel forward. That's needed. Let me pull that up, Bentley, just to see if it's free or if it's pay per view. Because I had the ultimate package. So let me look. It'll let me know if it's purchased or if it's just coming on. Let's see. Shout out to the Zone and the Zone platform. They doing a phenomenal job. They doing great work. They doing amazing work. Let's see here. Purchase. So this is a pay per view. Wardley Dubois May 9th is a DAZN pay-per-view. So if you have the ultimate package, you've already paid for it. They already taking out your $45 a month. Yep, appreciate you, Vay. You got the $30 package. You're gonna have to elevate to the 45, Billy. 45 a month, you get all your pay-per-views included. Yep. I believe they probably doing the Usyk versus Rico card as a pay-per-view as well on the zone. So just be aware of that and look out for that. Yeah, look out for that. I think it's worth it. I signed up so it lock you in for a year. Before you sign up, Bentley, it lock you in for a year. So I did try to get out of it after the Devin Haney Norman Jr. before the Inoue Nakatani fights in Saudi. I did try to get out of it and it wouldn't let me do it. It would not let me do it. So we locked. And I'm definitely thankful for that. Shout out to Muggs pulling up. Irony, what's going on, bro? It's a little feedback like you driving a car. But I already know what you got going on. Juan Claudio said it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it because you get all the zone fights and you get all of the pay per views pretty much paid for in the $45. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. It's worth it. But all these streaming apps is costing me a pretty penny. 1,000%. 1,000%. I tell you what. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let's Are you talking about the zone gold, the ultimate package mugs? The ultimate package is $45 a month, which is a good bit of change, but it's worth it when you get all the zone events. You can get Salida Promotions, Angelo Leo versus Release Salim this weekend. I mean,
Yes.
you got a lot of good fights on the zone. Let me go ahead. Let's cook a little bit. Irony, how you feeling today, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. And
What's up, buddy?
man, blessed, man, not stressed. Thankful for another day and just sowing, reaping what I sow. Sowing good things, so that way I reap good things. And let me kick you off with this, and we'll pivot around to some other boxing, some other topics. Talk to me about this Spence Jr. versus Tim Tszyu. Now, I had brothers put Tim Tszyu up, wager for Tim Tszyu. Say they got Tim Tszyu beating Errol Spence. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm like up in the air with this one because how can you even assess Errol Spence? Like how do you even form an opinion with that much inactivity? Because Tim Tszyu, I was analyzing the other day on my, I think it was on my live, I don't know, but I was analyzing how many fights Tim Tszyu had since Errol Spence had the Bud Crawford fight, and I counted seven, bro. Like,
Mm.
not for nothing, Team Tszyu, yeah, Joey
That's a-
Spencer, Nurja,
Don't you look at that as wear and tear though?
Well, in the case of Fundora too, yes, because he took a beating, but
And he
in
and
the
he and he, and he pretty much quit in that fight, didn't
pretty much, yeah. I
he? Yeah,
don't like to use the Q word too much, but it is warranted on this one, I
yeah, on
think.
that one, yeah.
But that does matter. It does matter. Like, imagine, like, in any other sport, like, you haven't been playing basketball for 2 years and I've been playing, a couple of full seasons. I mean, chances are I'm going to beat you, even though you may have, I mean, I don't know if that's a good analogy, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, that has to matter. Now Tszyu to me. Now let me say this: you couldn't have found a better opponent for Errol Spence to come back because that boy's head is always on the center line. Like he's right there to be hit. So man, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. You're putting me on the spot here. I don't even know, man. I don't. This is one of the fights. Listen, if Errol Spence was away for only a year or 8 months or something like that, it's Errol Spence 100,000,000%. And it probably should be Errol Spence. It's the safe bet, but it's been way too long. It's like Bubu Andre almost level of inactivity here that we're talking about. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. This guy, not for nothing, has been fighting. Now, he hasn't necessarily been fighting the best in the world, but he has been putting in some work, And listen, if you force me to pick one, which I will have to eventually, I'm going to go with Errol Spence because, man, it's just levels above Tszyu. The only thing that makes this even a discussion is the fact that Errol's been out for so long. That's the only thing that makes this a discussion because Errol Spence has murked people that are similar but way better than Tszyu. Ugas, Danny. Well, he didn't murk Danny Garcia, but he beat him. Sean Porter. He's been in there with some.
Now the Crawford fight was a one-off, but I'm almost certain that Spence is like somewhat of a company man. Like, think about how he did Mikey Garcia. Like, think about those is Al's guys. So, hold, hold on, let me ask you this, Arnie. Are you like next to a fan or something?
Exactly. I'm
Oh, okay,
sorry.
yeah,
Let me take
that
care of
fan
this.
is bleeding through.
Let me take
So
care of this. Give me a minute.
appreciate you. Appreciate you because so we had clear audio because what I want to do is with a lot of this the clear audio we can cut up. We got to chop up the channel and chop up our live so that way we can do shorts and things like that. We got to build up our audience because we have a members only panel, so we
Okay.
need people that
Hopefully,
come through and support.
that's better. You let me know because it's hot in here. But I'm
Not
good.
not the same. This brother Iron, you on the island. You got to come to the States, baby.
Oh, I will do that in the next 5 years or less. I'll let you know.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Get over here into the States. Shout out to T Hill. Appreciate you pulling up T Hill. Quick
That's
cut
my brother
creation.
right there.
Salute.
That's my
Quick
brother right
questions.
there.
Salute. Um, let me see here. What else we got? Who else we got in the mix? Oh, AC in here. Irony. See how B3 used Tim wear and tear as a burden, but use Errol wear and tear versus Bud as an excuse. Man, one fight is not weird. Come on, one fight? Man, listen, come on, knock it off. And you heard Ronnie Shields. You think you know more boxing than Ronnie Shields? Ronnie Shields said the break was good for Errol Spence. Well needed. And that was one fight where he took a beating. Of course, he had the car accident and stuff like that. We don't get all of that. But Tim Tszyu, he literally got destroyed by Bakram in 3 rounds, who can barely do anything with Josh Kelly, right? He let Josh Kelly outbox him. So, and of course, we already know what's the guy that beat up Bakram before that? His name is slipping my mind. He didn't beat him up, but it was a good fight.
Jack Colke.
Yeah, Jack Corkley. Yeah. So come on, Bakram wasn't all that. Then,
Jack. No, I disagree with that. But go ahead.
but well, I mean, in comparison, like he still lost to Bakram. So that's what I'm saying. Like Tim Tszyu, he literally just quit versus Fondora, and then he just fought this last guy. He couldn't get him out of there. He was letting this guy punch on him and survive the fight. So nah, this Tim Tszyu, he's definitely worse for wear. And to be honest with you, PBC is looking to more than likely make Canelo fight for Errol Spence. So they're not going to put him in with Fondora or anybody that's going to derail that big money fight. Let's just keep it 1,000. Errol Spence, a healthy Errol versus Canelo at 168. If Canelo can get that belt, is one of the biggest fights in boxing. If not, it's one of the biggest fights. Canelo versus Errol Spence, especially. That's a green print. That's the blueprint. That's the green print. That's everything that people have been asking for. People been wanting that fight. So it's a reason why Errol can come back and get a big fight. Is because he's the big fish. He's a cash cow in the sport. Shout out to my brother Prize Fighter pulling up. You see, we
I'm more
definitely working.
interested. You know who I'm really interested in seeing Errol Spence fight? Keith Thurman, bro. Why not? Why not?
Man,
It's now or
is Keith?
never.
Hold on. This has he healed up from the last from his last fight? Come on, man. Keith Thurman, nah. Keith Thurman is. I mean, with all due respect, it's a wrap for that. I mean, he took the Fundora fight. You know, let me say this. I would much rather see Jermell Charlo versus Errol Spence than Keith Thurman versus Errol
Okay,
Spence.
I give you that one. I give you
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
that's how I'm looking at it.
The
I would
build
rather see
up,
that fight.
the build up alone is gonna be fire on that one, man.
Oh
Mel
yeah,
versus Errol Spence.
oh yeah, yeah. That's big. Shout out to Bobby pulling up. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah,
I
that.
just
Go ahead.
no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. No, that fight is really a blockbuster fight. You know, Jamel. That's the fight that people really want to see Jamel in. Outside of that, what pay per view fights do Jamel have outside of
Outside of
fun? I
Canelo,
mean, yeah, like not on. I mean, he's not gonna get that fight again. We seen what he did against Canelo,
right?
but I mean, maybe a Jerron Ennis and a Fundora. I mean, maybe Virgil, but nah. Arrow is the biggest fight for Jamel. Jamel is
I
not the
agree.
biggest fight for Arrow.
I agree. I wanted to see Mel versus Crawford for a while, but that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
The I just always call me crazy, man, but I just always wanted to see Thurman versus Earl Spence, man. That's like one of those that got away, man. And I just feel like there's a glimmer of chance that we get that. Obviously, Errol Spence needs to go through Team Tszyu, and Keith Thurman needs to recover from all that beating that he took against Fundora. But oh man, but okay, you know what? If I get Mel, I'll be a happy man. I won't, I won't be too pissed. That's a great point you brought up, actually.
Yeah, I feel like that would actually be, and that'll be somewhat of a blockbuster fight too. So yeah, I think PBC would look to make that if it makes sense. At one of these weight classes, maybe. But the thing about it is like old man Laura is sitting there. Nobody really wants to take on that challenge of getting that belt off Laura. Like Yo, he doesn't want to fight Laura.
Yeah,
Out of the Cuban respect. And then, I
right.
mean, nobody wants to see Errol Spence off a layoff fight, Laura, or Jamel, because they're gonna get beat. I mean, Laura's gonna beat them. Let's just be
Mm,
honest.
yeah,
Now, so
yeah.
Laura's just occupying the title right now. They trying to wait Laura out. They gonna wait. Laura's not, man. Everybody's trying to wait Laura out right now. He's aging like wine. So
I mean, let's be honest here, bro.
shout out to
160
Demetri.
sucks,
Appreciate you pulling
man.
up.
160 sucks, man. It sucks in a way that I can't remember being this, wide open. Like it's right there for the taking. I keep telling people Yoenli Hernandez is gonna take over that division in about a year or something like that. But I don't see too many. Like I don't see anybody really. Like we see, Scooter Davis, and we see, Kid Austin and Albert Bell. Like we see in those divisions, we got a pretty good idea of who's gonna take over, even on the heavyweights with Itama and Teremoana and so on and so forth. But man, what is up with the middleweight div? I mean, Janivek, man, Janivek, forget about that guy. But man, what's
Yeah,
up with
he should be.
160?
He's moving up. He already dropped his belt. So we do have Shane a Zuffa card, but that's Zuffa boxing. But Shane Mosley versus I don't know if that's gonna be 68, but he's fighting Boachuk. So I don't know. Maybe that's 60. Maybe that's 68. I got to check on that.
I think
It may
that's freaking. Oh
it
man,
may
good
be 60
question.
because Shane Mosley just fought Jesus Ramos at 60.
Yeah,
So that may be 60. So it looks so. I mean, I like Shane Mosley. Let me see who else is there.
it's 160. It's 160. I just verified.
Okay, good. Okay, good. And shout out to my brother Prize Fighter. Yes, he definitely won our second members raffle. Shout out to Prize. Great brother, supported the channel, helping the channel grow. He deserved it. He blessed the super chat, and he ended up winning the same day. He ended up winning the members raffle. Um,
Good
what can I
stuff.
say? I'll call it the members giveaway. We just spent a wheel for it. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. Now, let me ask you this. I really pivot real quick. Do you feel like Arrow can make a run and become champion at 160? Seeing that it's open after the Tszyu fight, do you think he can beat Tszyu and win a title at 160?
Great question. Yes, yes. Short answer, yes. There's a lot of ifs, obviously, but I believe so. I believe it's right there for the taking, unless there's nothing left. And I love what you said, man. I love what you said because it is true. Sometimes taking a time off, it's a blessing more than anything else. So I'm hoping that's the case for Errol Spence because I've always loved Errol Spence. To be honest with you, he's a beast, man. People forget, and it's sad that people lumped him into that basket of there's several fighters that they're mostly remembered for that one loss. Like Michael Moorer or Camacho or Wilfredo Gomez. There's a bunch of greats that sadly the first thing that comes to people's mind is, oh well, he lost the quote unquote big one, as if they did nothing else, and it is sad. But yeah, to answer your question directly, yes, especially at 160, man. 54, forget it. 68, forget it. 60 is the route.
%1,000%. Yeah, 160 is definitely it. Shout out to James pulling up. Appreciate you, James. T Hill wants to know if Haney or Tio sign over to beat to Zuffa, right? It's on the table. It's definitely on the table. But see, Devin also has the zone bid for his services as well. Because they have the big Ryan Garcia fight. But Zuffa has Hitchens. They also have Conor Benn if Conor Benn wants to make that fight. So I mean, Devin is really in the driver's seat. With he has options with the zone. He has options with, of course, he has options with Paramount Plus with Zuffa. So we just gotta wait and see. Nothing is set. Nothing set in stone is just yet. See what these people want and why Tio is a goofball. And see, they want
Yes.
Devin Domino to fall first. But see, Devin is the one that people have the most interest in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and for good reason.
yeah, because he's actually the one that's proven, and he has the fanfare, and he also has the hatred of the public as well. So they know Tio knows that that's the most interesting fight for him. It's just that simple, Richardson Hitchens calling out Devin. They want that Devin. They want Devin on Zuffa. It gives credence to their decision to go over there. They say, okay, now somebody that's multiple division champion is one of the biggest names in the sport has signed. Now all of the people gonna say, aha, you signed with Zuffa, aha. But in all actually, he be over there to get that money. So
Of course.
we'll see. I'm hoping that the zone forces Ryan's hand to unify the titles with Devin, like they forced Devin's hand to stay in the fight with Ryan. And even though he blew weight and ultimately he was juiced to the gills. So hopefully the zone forces that like they tried to force Virgil and Jerron Ennis, right? But see, we gotta keep that same energy. Go Oscar and Golden Boy. Oscar been saying he want the Devin Haney Ryan fight. So of course that's on the table, right? The zone got to make that, and then we got big money. We got
Who's
big money on the table with Zuffa, so it's options.
who's gonna believe any word that comes out of Oscar's mouth? I mean, he said he wanted to make Virgil and Ennis, and we know what happened there. He said he wanted to make Zurdo and Opetay. We know what happened there. I mean, who in your right mind, who's gonna believe this guy? Now, Ryan and Devin is a sure money maker. Now that's an easy fight to make from the ROI standpoint, return on investment. So he may make that one because, he's quote unquote playing with house money. Because even if Ryan get his ass whooped, there's a case to be made for the third one. So he's basically not really because he got stricken off the record and all that, but you know how people are in boxing, man. They're gonna be he got it. You can't erase that loss, but you can't erase that ass whoop. First of all, it was not an ass whooping, okay? I'm not even a Devin fan, okay? But I'm just telling you how it is. It was not an ass whooping. He got dropped 3 times. The rounds that he didn't get dropped, he won basically all of them, okay? And if that's not a show of heart by Devin Haney, I don't know what is, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
Even I, who I'm not even a fan of the guy, I gotta tip my hat off to the man. To be honest with
Well, yeah. Well, you're a real person. Um, you got God in your life. A lot of these people, their moral compass is off. So they'll look at the negative, you look at the positive, and they won't look at the negative that the brother was fighting a drug cheat who is a power puncher, who purposely missed the weight and had to change the contract with Duarte and knock Duarte sideways. Um, and he ended Luke Campbell's career, all type of things. So they're not gonna look at it for what it is. But that's just what it comes down to.
you. Now, my
Just
best bet.
it's just common sense, Carrie. It's not rumors. It's just, and it's the fact of the matter. Devin he's still under contract. He still has one fight left on his deal, on his 3-fight deal, unless something happened with that. Then, of course, you got Zuffa Boxing, who is in conjunction with Turkey and Paramount Plus. So Turkey's double dipping. He got hands on the zone boxing. He also has his hands on Paramount Plus, and he's in the Devin Haney business. So I mean, this stuff is not rocket science, bruh. Shout out to Champ Ross. He
My
said Devin should
God,
have been
right
on
there.
this San Francisco event July 11th. That was a huge miss. Who's fighting on the San Francisco July 11th? That's lit. That's lit. We got to see that. Shout out to Champ.
Um,
We got to
that's not
check on that.
Abdullah car. No, Abdullah's in Cleveland. No,
Nah, he's
give me a second.
July 4th. That's in Cleveland, July 4th. That's gonna be a good card. I wish I
Bro,
gotta look at Palacios a little better. Bruce Shushu Carrington opponent, but
you know what's funny, bro? You know what's funny? I'm so glad you said that because Palacios' last opponent was Suleiman Segawa, which was the one that everybody says actually beat Shushu Carrington.
mm,
And it was another split decision loss for Suleiman Segawa, bro. Talk about coincidences, huh?
mm. Okay, so
So
that's gonna be a good fight. I like that.
it should be, yeah, it should be.
He
I
said
love
they
the
just
fact that,
announced a free card, 100K attendance. That's gonna be Anthony Alasquaga. I thought he was
yeah.
from Vegas, so they putting him in a San Francisco main event at
Oh
108
yeah.
pounds, and they gonna have 100,000 people. Come on, man, they just doing anything now.
I mean, you gotta
So
promote the
people,
little weights, bro.
the people in San Francisco ain't not nothing better to do. They gonna get 100,000 people out there to see Princessa. That's crazy.
Don't get me
That's
started on
wild
that
work.
nickname, bro. Yeah, no.
But out the phase, pull it up. Appreciate you, phase. What's happening? I did see that. I didn't know that was going to be. I didn't know that was the San Francisco far. That's lit. That was a big miss for Delahan. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing, though, champ, is that that's not. I don't believe that's going to be like a Netflix ring, turkey event with Princessa. That's gonna so that's why Devin. That's why I'm telling y'all. Devin is still in conjunction with Turkey, and they're playing a waiting game. Ryan is stalling them out. You see what Rolly and PBC were playing games, and and then they trying to hitch ins, and To is like begging for him to sign with Zuffa Boxing. So it's I don't think he can. He probably can't do that at this time, champ. What they should have did was they should have put because Ryan should have got locked up for cheating and purposely missing weight. They should have went ahead and did the Alcatraz card out there in San Francisco like Turkey won it. He should have put Ryan and Devin too, since he don't care about the money, right? He didn't put them brothers on the street in Times Square where they made no money and had to spend all that bread. He should have just made the rematch and put them brothers at Alcatraz like he planned. You know what I'm saying? So if he since he's just doing stuff, he might as well have just did that. But they don't want to fight, man. Ryan don't want to fight. He don't want to do 6 months of drug testing. He just don't want to do it. That's just what it come down to.
Yeah, that's gonna to actually make the fight is gonna be rough because of the reason that you just said, basically.
Hmm.
Because Devin
Shout out to
team
Mike
don't play
Run.
no games. Devin team don't play no games with that, testing and everything. So,
Well,
um,
they took the cash the first time, the extra six
give
hundred
me a second.
thousand.
Give me a second,
Do your
brother.
thing, Ireland.
I'll be right back.
Appreciate you. Yeah, they took the extra 600 cash the first time. Atlanta Ellaby came out and said, their business wasn't buttoned up, which we all could see. When you're the B side on an Oscar De La Hoya event, you got to be extremely careful. You can't just take anything. My brother Ann McQueen and multiple people was telling me that Devin Haney should have pulled out of the Ryan fight and fought Arnold Barboza. But when you got a DAZN pay-per-view event, they've been waiting on that fight for years. Pretty much, that his hands was tied. Take the money and fight. That's boxing. That's what we seen that time and time again. Somebody purposely missed weight. Look at when Floyd missed weight versus Marquez. He just paid the money. He fought. That's what it is. The only goofball that we've seen not take the money and not fight was Edwin De Los Santos. But because it was against Keyshawn Davis, everybody said nobody cared that Edwin did it. But if it was a brother that pulled out of the fight or messed up the event like Keyshawn, everybody blamed Keyshawn, right? You see how that go? See, y'all not consistent. Y'all not consistent, but I'm gonna get y'all right. Y'all gonna learn something around me. We gotta keep it 100 across the board. If Devin would have pulled out of that fight with Ryan, y'all would have said he was scared and he ducked. Look at Marquez. Marquez still fought. Look at Marquez. He's a real Mexican. That's what y'all would have did. Because at the end of the day, black men are held to a higher standard. And that's why we got to carry ourselves like one. We got to carry ourselves like we are, held to a higher standard. So Devin can't just do anything or just sign here, sign there. Look, people are already ready to criticize the brother. They'll say, we signed with Zoo for, look at him. He ain't got no market. He got to sign with Zoo for boxing. Look at him. Conor Ben made $15 million with Zuffa. Now what? Nobody got nothing to say. Conor Ben made $15 million with Zuffa, but Devin signed with him. Oh, Devin, he ain't got no market. That's what I'm saying. It's always a double standard, man. Yeah, I gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up. I mean, I don't know. I don't think people get tired of thinking this way. Like, aren't y'all getting tired of being cornballs and goofballs? Like, y'all should be tired. That would wear me out. Like, I would be drained being a cornball and a goofball, not understanding this is prize fighting and we here to make the most money. So that's just what it come down to, man. Devin gonna sign where he gonna
Okay,
sign.
sorry about that, bro.
No problem. You problem. Devin gonna sign where he's supposed to sign, get that money. It's just that simple. I thought Evan wanted to fight, but his team called it off. Knock it off. No, that's not what happened. They said Edwin thought he was gonna be able to get 300,000, not to fight, and he couldn't get it, and he ended up getting like 120. So they lied to him.
Ooh,
They
yeah,
lied.
that's
They
not
lied,
good.
and that's why he left his. That's why he left Samson, and now he's with. I believe he's with Jay Prince. So
If you overpay for Conor Ben, you're definitely gonna overpay for Devin Haney. So it just makes sense, man. If you pay Conor freaking Ben all this money, I mean, might as well get some of that, man. So if they want to sign with Sufa, bro, if they pull all this off, people are gonna calm down real quick with Sufa, man. I'm just saying.
yeah, I'm with you on that. I believe they got Paramount Plus gave Zoo for 1.1 billion. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I can relook it up to see how much they actually got. I know they gave. Matter of fact, they gave. Excuse me, they gave UFC 1.1 billion over 7 years, so 7.7 billion. Um, they gave. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick because it was reported. Mm, mm, mm. Hold on. Let me type this in. Yeah, they got okay. They got a 5 year, $100 million per year, so they got 500 million total. So, $100 million per year. Mm, I don't know if they got 30 M, but 30 M's for Devin. So that means they could probably spread out. They could try to get 3 fights in. So if they could spread out the fights, maybe one this year and then two next year. It makes sense. It makes sense depending on who you can get. If you can't get Tank, if you can't get Canelo, if you can't get AJ and Fury,
You mean
Let me think.
to sign to Super
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah, because everybody was talking about Devin was gonna get a 3 fight, $30 million deal. So he was gonna do 3 fights, 30 million. So I mean, that would be in the budget if you spread it out over 2 years. One this year and two next year. So that would probably make sense. But we got to see. It's a waiting game. We got to see. We got to
Yep.
see who's actually going to make the fight. Like, are the people going to pay to see Tio versus Devin? Would you pay to see Tio versus Devin right now, Irony?
Not really.
Okay.
Not at all.
What fight would you pay to see Devin watch? I mean, what fight
Shakur
would you
Steven,
pay to see Devin fight?
Shakur
Shakur.
Stevenson, Ryan
Mm-hmm.
Two.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually. Oh man, I just forgot. Give me a second. There's another name that I really interested. Keyshawn, bro. Oh my goodness, would I pay to see that one? Oh,
Keyshawn versus Devin. Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one.
I like
But
that
there's a
fight.
few others. There's a few others. Is he gonna? He's not gonna end up at 50. Do you think he's gonna end up at 54?
Who, Devin Haney?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Right.
Yeah, eventually.
Let's stay at 47 for the moment. So Tio no, Hitchens no, in my opinion. Okay, if you feel differently, feel free. But
Yeah. Let them fight on Zoo for boxing.
let them fight each other.
Yeah.
Hitchens and Tio, and then we talk.
Right.
And but Devin got three names that I really interested in, and those three, especially Keyshawn. But I would, Shakur, I wouldn't mind, obviously, and Ryan too. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that one? So yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. And we got to see. Oh, while I got you here, Irony, we haven't talked about this fight. Shout out to T Hill mentioning Devin to potentially fight Boots or Zayas. Also Tiger Johnson, Key, all the names you mentioned. What side are you leaning to on that Boots versus Zayas fight? It's coming up in June. Break that down for us real quick while we got you, Irony.
Okay, so this is a tough question for me because Xander's my boy, obviously, and I love Butsanis. Like Butsanis is probably my favorite fighter today. Um, I think Xander is not ready right now. I've been saying, to me, those are the number one and number two guys in the division. That's just my opinion, the eye test. And I believe I wanted that fight in like a year. Like I wanted both to get on, another belt. One of them go ahead and pack up Fundora, the other one can pack up Kelly, and then they meet at the top. To me, that's what made most sense. But it's not happening. It's happening right now. I believe Boots is way more polished than Sanders Sayas is right now. Sanders is gonna get there. But right now, I believe I have to give the edge to Boots, man. I have to. Sander is 23 years old. He's getting there, but he's not there yet. Not at all. This will be like Moses Itama fighting Caballel or Usyk right now. It's like, man, like a year from now would be better. But I love Sander for taking the fight. Something Virgil didn't do. But I mean, Sanders playing with house money, man. You're already unified champion. You take a loss right now, it's not the end of the world. It could be a blessing in disguise because let's be honest here, you're not gonna see anything like Boots Ennis after Boots. Like, there's nobody that even resembles Boots Ennis. So if you're gonna lose, let that be to the best dude out there. So I just don't want him to get massacred, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Boots is too much for Sander right now. That's the reality. I'm rooting for Sander because obviously, but I got Boots by UD. Boots too much right now. Now it's it's the wrong time to be fighting Boots Ennis, man. Wrong time to be fighting Boots Ennis. It's that boy is special, man. I'm telling you. And I'm a Puerto Rican, okay? But I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm
Yeah.
with you 1,000%. Puerto Rican or not, yeah, you got to be honest with yourself. We ain't gonna lie. You can't lie to yourself. Boostin is, I mean, he's a special talent, man. I mean, everybody can see that. if you can't see Boots is special, you deceiving yourself. Just with his athletic, his ring generalship, his athleticism, the way he lets his hands go and gets his opponents out of there when he see him hurt. He has that killer instinct and he has the will to win. Plus, he has the work ethic in the gym. So everything Boost is exemplifying a champion. This will be the second division he's unified in if he wins. So I look forward to the matchup. I think it's going to be a phenomenal matchup, man.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
yeah. I think it's gonna be a good fight, though. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Boots, it's gonna be a little too much for Sander. Now I will say this: I don't believe Boots has fought anybody Sanders' size. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't believe Boots has fought anybody with skill with that size. Now, Karen Chukatsian, what's to me a little smaller. I think T Hill disagrees with that. Okay, they could. I'm sorry, that was somebody else. But I thought Karen was smaller than Boots. I was proven wrong on that one, so maybe I'm wrong. But Sanders a big boy, man. He got skills, so maybe. Uh, I'm just trying to find. But I think it's gonna be an entertaining fight. It's gonna be a hell of a learning experience for Xander Sayas, man. And I'm happy that he's taking this fight right now because he's already a unified champion and he's 23 years old. So this is gonna be a blessing in disguise, unless he gets smirked. Which, please, boxing gods, don't let that happen. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I like that. I like Xander's range. His size. He can definitely keep his distance. If he can keep his distance, he's gonna have success. But if it turns into a pocket fight, man, it's gonna get ugly. Let me say this. Phase, my brother Phase said B through they're trying to get Shushu beat. Man, listen, that's what I'm saying. I was like, who is this Palacio guy? I gotta check him out. Irony then told me that this guy, if he beat Suleiman Sagawa, he ain't playing around. Suleiman Sagawa was a hell of a boxer. And he's tough and durable. So this is gonna be a good fight for Shushu. A very tough fight. Hold on, let me pull it up right here. Let me just pull it up real quick. And this card is going to be in Cleveland, and it's going to be July 4th weekend. I like that.
Yeah, it's Abdullah Mason, Joe Cordina, the main event. He's fighting Palacios. I believe that's the co-main, and Tiger. I forgot Tiger's opponent. Some guy named, I think, Ramos. If I'm not, no. Is Scooter Davis there too?
Scooter Davis is going to be on the card. Yep, they added
He,
Scooter Davis.
yeah, he's the one fighting Ramos. I'm sorry. I forgot who Tiger is fighting, and I think Abdullah Mason, what's his name? Abdul Rahman Mason, his little brother, 2-0. It's going to be the opening fight, if I'm not mistaken. I saw
Ty-
it.
okay, that's so. This is a step up for Scooter Davis. We're gonna see how he does. I like that. I like this step up. But he is coming off a 6 round RTD. Let me see. Carlos Ramos is coming off. Yeah, I guess he got stopped in 6 rounds. So we're gonna see if he's what he can do with Derek Davis. Now Delonte Johnson, he's fighting Christopher Guerrero, the
Okay.
machine gun out of Canada. So I like this guy. He's a pretty good guy, tough fighter. But I think Delonte Johnson is gonna be able to box him clearly. So he should be able to get him. He should be able to box him. Shout out to Tiger, man. I'm hoping that he can get a championship fight. He beat Nicholas Floss, stopped Floss, and now he's fighting um Christopher Guerrero. So good fights, real good fights. Now, this kid, this kid Rene Palacios, man. I gotta watch him. 25 years old, Mexican, and face. He's probably just in position. That's probably why he's getting this fight. He's probably in position because anytime you beat Sagawa, he probably won a little, yeah, he won the North American Boxing Federation feather, and on one judge's scorecard, he won 99-91. On another judge's scorecard, he won 97-93. So I'll go back and watch that. Was that on Pro? But yeah, that was at Maryland Live Casino. Okay, that was on Pro Box. Okay. Okay. So that was probably January 30th, yeah. And that's the same card that Jordan Flores lost on. So I'm sure I had Sagawa because Sagawa was looking good leading up to that fight. And like you said, he got a majority decision loss to Bruce Shushu Carrington. After that, he came back and stopped Brian Acosta. Before that, he beat Ruben Villa. So Rene Palacios is going to be extremely tough. I'm gonna watch him. I'm gonna watch
It's a
him.
good test, though. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same because Joe Cordina was a champion, so he's a former champion. But it's kind of the same in the sense that it's a great test for both Abdullah and Shushu. You know,
Yeah,
they're not fighting some dude with some upside down record or inexperience. No, they're fighting real dudes,
yes,
and that's gonna be awesome for them.
absolutely. And Joe Cordina is pretty crafty in that ring.
Yes, he is.
But he's 19-1. He's been stopped before. 34 years of age right now. He just went 12 rounds with Gabriel Flores. He had a 12-round majority decision against Eddie Vasquez. So he can punch a little bit. That's what you got to worry about with Joe Cordina. He definitely can punch a little bit. And Abdullah, he likes to fight. So Abdullah potentially is going to be in a rough and rugged fight with Joe Cordina. Potentially.
He was in a rough and rugged fight with Sam Noak, so it's all the better to him because
And
Joe
that
Cordina.
was very concerning.
Well, yes and no, right? Well, yes and no. I'll tell you why yes and why no. Because first of all, I thought Abdullah was going to get him out of there in the first 3-4 rounds. That was my official prediction. I remember as if it was yesterday. So I was impressed with Sam Noakes as well because he actually cracked Abdullah, here and there in that fight. Now I actually see that in a positive light for Abdullah because first of all, now you know what 12 rounds feels like, okay? And he can take it. Now there's only one way to find out if you can take a punch like that, bro, and it's not even in sparring. It's in the fight. That's where you find out. Obviously, we know that infamous fight against Vasquez, where he got dropped twice, I think, and everything, and everybody was doing the same old mumbo jumbo of he got exposed, blah blah blah. No, bro, you got it backwards. He didn't get exposed. On the contrary, now he knows that he can take it, so that will add to his confidence. That's just how I look at it, right? And the Sam Noakes fight added to him because Sam Noakes proved that he's a real dude, in my opinion, and he just won, by the way. He just fought, I think it was in the Conor Walker and Sam Egginton undercard, but one of those. He just fought and won by stoppage, so he's back in the win column. So Joe Cordina, I don't think Joe Cordina is the same, but I think Joe Cordina is a tougher opponent than Sam Noakes is. So I like the direction that he's going, man. What's not to like about Abdullah Mason, bro? Seriously.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. Shout out to Job pulling up, and that's my concern is that we giving Sam Noakes a lot of credit for being a durable fighter. If you take them type of punches against say Edwin De Los Santos, he gonna have you looking like Ryan Valenzuela. Right. So we got to be extremely careful with getting hit clean like that. That was not it. That wasn't it at all. Shout out to my brother Job, man, with the super stick. Appreciate you, Job. We got some color going in the chat. I'm thankful. I appreciate y'all. We got to build the channel up the right way. So I'm thankful for the color in the chat and the support and the love. Appreciate you blessing the channel. Job, if you want to pull up the link and spin. Anybody that blesses the super chat or the super thanks, things like that, or members, jump on the panel with us. Jump on the panel with us. We need that support. Um, but yeah, we can't. We nah. That and that. So if Joe Cordina is landing like that, it could be a different story. And imagine if it's a fight irony where Abdullah possibly struggled to make the weight. But because he's a champion and he's gonna be professional, he makes sure he makes it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't go into the fight getting hit like that. It could turn out bad for you. That's my only thing. Let me bring in Ja real quick. Ja real, talk to me, bro. How you feeling, family?
I'm decent. I'm
Good,
doing
man.
decent. Oh my God. I was going through it earlier. I've been going to these treatments and stuff. It's been helping me,
Good.
but like I ain't go today, which I didn't have no appointment to go. That shit. I'm doing straight though. I'm about to try to get something in me, something that's gonna help me. What's good though? What we talking about?
Some good nourishment. Man, we've been
Yeah.
talking about a lot of different things. The Abdullah Mason card is coming up. Let me ask you this. Did you see Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes? What was your thoughts on his performance? And do you believe that did he get a hit a little bit too much for your liking? Break that down.
I mean, his performance was the best, like because he intentionally put himself in the line of fire. Like at the end of the day, he a professional athlete. So and it's boxing, but it's still like he an athlete. So he what he did is not always the safest thing to do. But when it comes to your love for the sport, like that's why I said what he did was the best. Obviously, his performance catapulted him into the stage that he at now. Cause if he didn't really do that on purpose, he not about the headline like he is right now, and then be able to pull his brothers on stage and all of that stuff. Like you don't get to do that stuff unless you really bout what you say. He said prior to the fight and during the fight and after the fight, he could have fought smarter than that. And to do that versus Sam Noakes, that's saying a lot. Them look like two 147s going at it that night.
All of that, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Everything you just said is a fact.
Now, Ja, what's your thoughts on Joe
I
Cordina
don't
as
know
a
if you can hear.
boxer?
I can't hear nobody else.
Yeah, we can
Hold
hear
on.
you, Ja. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
No, he can't hear us. Yeah, he'll be
Okay,
back.
pull back up.
So Abdullah got a 74-inch reach. Yeah, you already know, Kerry. We watch so much boxing. Uh, I mean, everybody like a domestic dust up and a
They
Mexican
feel it.
war. The Benavidez card this past weekend was phenomenal. I mean, almost every fight was fire. Almost every fight. But when we talk about longevity in the sport, I like watching outboxers. I like hit and not get hit. I like clean boxing. I love what Shakur did to T.O. I mean, boxing, I mean, beautiful work for me. I like what Tank was doing versus Pitbull, even though he had an injured hand, or even like what Gary Antoine Russell did versus Mexia. Like being, boxing, not getting hit with anything clean
No,
and
Gary Russell.
landing.
Gary Russell, you mean, right?
Yeah, Gary Russell. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Gary, when he fought Mexia and they robbed him, they took his belt, he fought with one hand. And those dudes, and those guys was handicapped, but they ultimately was able to use their cerebral skills, their mental, and also their footwork, and their counterpunch ability to be able to navigate and win fights. I want to see that. Now,
I
let me
love
ask you this,
that
Josh.
too. I love that too. Like that's probably why somebody like me really got into boxing. Um, it just create a certain level of honor in it, but also it could be a dishonor. Like, and I hate that it's gotta be Shakur. Just like where the way he fight, like I think I was talking to Arnie about it the other day. Like, it's like cheating, like an unspoken rule of cheating. Like, just waiting on your
Yeah,
opponent
exactly.
until you could get a score and then win like that. Like, that's
Mm,
like cheating in boxing. Like. And then you could afford to get away with it and still get fights. Like that's messed up on people who they got. Like everybody don't got that style where they gonna come in and pressure you. So then if you gotta fight somebody, you gonna blame it on them to say the fight was boring, like, or you gonna pretend like you don't care if your fight was boring. Like other fighters that did it, they was not like that at all. Like, so to compare yourself like to Muhammad Ali's, peace and blessings to like Floyd's and just a whole bunch of fighters that stick and move, hit and not get hit. They was not boring at all. They did not just wait on their
Exactly.
opponents. the
Hold on,
whole
Ja. Hold
like
on, Ja. But what you think about this? James said a good boxer is conservative, good fight management.
Yeah, discipline.
exactly. Oh, that's a beautiful thing to say. Cause it's like fight management. In the fight management, it's more about it's not just about not getting hit though. Like you not get hit to the best of your abilities while you in a fight. Like if you just don't want to get hit, then I guess the best boxer not gonna get in the damn ring.
But what he's saying is that he was able
You
to
won't get hit
control.
for sure if you
He's
don't get
he's
in the
able
ring.
to he's able to control his opposition. Like he was able to tame Tio, and Tio was kept coming. But I mean, he nullified him. He countered him every
Yeah,
chance he
that
got.
who said that? Irony said not what you saying, but a good point that was hard for me to explain is like, or somebody else said it. Like, yo, look at how Shakur is completely out of range to get hit. That's the cheating part. Like, yo, you all the way out of range to get hit. Like, somebody gotta rush you.
Yo, let me cook with you, Ja. Hey, you know
What
who
it
else is a
is? Who that
That's
space?
phase. Yeah.
How
yeah.
you
What
doing,
up?
Face?
Hey, you know what I was just thinking? What's up, y'all? What's up, panel? I've been thinking about what you just said about Shakur with Sugar Ray Leonard. Go look at Sugar Ray Leonard against Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, and Roberto Duran. He was
Okay,
literally running around the ring for the first 6 rounds of the fight in all of those fights.
Yeah,
Only
especially against
time
and
Hagler.
he was
that's a
stopped.
great
Real
comparison.
quick, hold on. He
Yeah, go
was he
ahead.
he
My
was he
fault.
was stopped once them dudes like he could see Tommy Hearns, Hagler getting annoyed, getting tired of just chasing them. He would stop, let off a combination, the crowd go crazy. Like he was
Yeah.
literally by the eighth and ninth round, he would rest on the ropes. You know what I mean? Because he tired. But them first 6 rounds, he literally stole because he just ran around the ring until the guy was like, "Oh my God, come on, man!" He fire off a combination and went around. I literally watched all his fights and watched him do it.
But
He
that's
Now
why he
literally,
that's
he
can't
now that's
literally,
cheating.
he you
That's
look,
cheating.
literally,
look,
you literally just described the Hagler fight, bro. Appreciate
That's
it.
what he did.
look though.
That's what he did.
Look though.
That's
That's why I couldn't like Shakur couldn't take that. Like I started calling Shakur Sugar Shakur. That was a compliment. One of the biggest compliments you could get in sports. Like everybody with the name Sugar is probably one of the greatest. And it just like I had to call him Slick Shakur because he can't do that. He don't do that. Like that's a strategic plan. But Leonard, they still had the opportunity as they showed where it was going to be action packed. That was part of his game plan, and it worked. Shakur don't do that. He stay out of range for 12 rounds. He'll do that, and he not about to shoot in with no sugar combination. He not about to do nothing like that. He about to jab and then get right all the way back out of range again.
Hey man, hey Sugar Ray was stealing them rounds, bro, by doing that, bro. And it when I looked at it, I'm like, damn. If I was Tommy Hearns, I'd be tired of him just running around the ring,
Yeah,
not in range. You know what I mean? He not in range because he just running around all the ring for the first 6, 7 rounds. I mean,
that's
I
kind
will
of
give
what
you
Bud
I
did
will
to Canelo though.
no,
let me
no, no,
say
no,
this.
no.
Let me say
Yeah.
this. No, that's
Not the
not right.
same level of
No,
it, but yeah, that's
let me
exactly
say
what
this.
Bud did to
Let me
Canelo.
let me jump in here for a second. What I will give it to him, Face, when it comes to Tommy Hearns, because you remember Angelo Dundee say, "You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it." Like he went out there, bro, and he went for it, and it paid off for him. So Tommy Hearns fight, I gotta tip my hat off to him. Hagler fight, not so much.
Man, he
Even the
did
second
that.
Duran
He the
fight,
king of the four kings, man.
Duran
No, he's
walked
Y'all could
not.
out
like
because he
it.
was
Y'all could
just
like it or not. He the one who beat all of them.
Well, he got beat by Duran. Let's take it
And
easy
he
for a
beat
second.
Duran. He cleaned that up. He beat all of them. He the king of the four kings. He is.
No, he's
Maybe
not.
y'all don't like it
hey
because y'all
Ja,
ain't from that
Ja.
generation, but he is
He was
though.
he was so frustrated with Duran. I mean, Duran was so frustrated with him. Duran just said, "You know what,
Yeah,
man?
no
All
mas.
right, man. Go ahead, dog.
He knew
Go
he
ahead,
was about
dog."
to lose.
It's just frustration. Like he frustrates you before you even. I don't know. Sugar Ray.
That's a fact, bro.
I ain't
No,
gonna
no,
Shakur is
no.
lie.
different though. I
his
see
That's
you not comparing him to Shakur though.
I
You
feel like
just you
Shakur.
just
I feel
stating
like
facts
Shakur.
about Sugar though.
No, I feel like Shakur stays in the pocket more than Ray Leonard for sure. For sure.
Man,
For
against
sure.
who, man?
Especially in them big fights. Ray Leonard, oh man, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna cook
right.
on him like
What's
that, but
them
he
big
was good though.
fights? What is them big fights? He hasn't
Well,
had a fight yet like any of the four King fights. Not one.
no. But
not
when he
even
fought
one.
the
Yep.
best, when he had his best opponent Tio, he literally stayed in the pocket, bro. When he had to pay the
No way, man. He stayed out of
Yeah, but
range. Like
none
you
of those,
said,
Leonard.
you
not
literally just said that T.O.
none of
had to
those are
keep coming.
A-listers. Face. None of those are A-listers because you know as well as I do,
No.
Cepeda should have been. Cepeda was one of those against Farmer, bro. You know this as well as
Yeah.
I do. And Tio lost to
No.
Camboso, so they're not A-listers, man.
No,
Part of that shit still in here,
I
yo.
can't you can't knock Shakur for I guess being out of range for when an opponent starts to you know around
Nah,
the ring
man,
for the
that's an
first half of the
unspoken
fight,
rule
bro.
of cheating, man. That's
All
an
right,
unspoken rule
all
of
right.
cheating. Like, you don't
Well, you
stay out
gotta
of
say Ray
range in
Leonard
no
was cheating.
professional fight. That mess with people might know. You don't gotta say Leonard was cheating. That's totally different what you just described Leonard did.
Oh, okay,
And,
okay.
and Bud did that with Canelo.
Bud
Man,
Not
did.
Bud put hands on Canelo,
not
Jaw. Why
not
you gonna
Yeah,
do
he
really,
that?
put
man.
hands
Not
on
really.
Canelo, but he was moving around.
Obviously, I mean you gotta do.
Yeah.
hold on. Do I need to pull up
And
your
Canelo,
pro fight? Do I
Canelo,
need to pull up your pro
Canelo had to
debut?
come to.
But
I
what do you
no
want?
pull it up because like I'm not. Don't get me twisted. Like I said, I love to see
Yeah.
that style. But you see what I did in my fight. Even my little 4 round fight is entertaining. Like compared to what Shakur be doing. Cause I'm about that action. I'm about
That's a
that
fact.
action.
He ain't lying. I see what you're
You
saying,
see me
Jaw.
drop my opponent in the first round, like, cause I'm
Yeah.
about that action, man. I come out there like I'm trying to see what's up. Like Shakur come out there, he the type to step backwards into his corner.
Yeah.
Like when the bell ring, he gonna take a step back so he could get as much out of range as he can. Like, go ahead with that.
Mm.
He ain't been doing that lately, John. What you talking about? You fights or like fights before his last two fights? What you talking
Lately
about?
is out of
He ain't been doing that
context.
But
lately.
Daryl, but yeah, you're saying that
It's
he
always what
moved.
you have been doing
I
for me
mean,
lately.
you gotta do whatever you gotta do to win the
No, man,
fight, man.
I'm not
Like,
Janet Jackson. That's weird to me. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the man as
what?
a whole. Like, I'm not saying you. I'm saying what have you done for me lately is a Janet Jackson quote. Like, I don't care about saying that. That's not how I roll.
Well, his last two fights, he ain't been doing no getting out of range. He been right there for you
He
to
been
do
out of
whatever
range.
you want to do.
Didn't you come in saying that how he fought T.O.? He was out of range and T.O. had to keep coming in there and he dissected him.
Yeah, because he know their opponents can mess with him. That's why he was right there, man. It's called being smart. He's not gonna do
Come
that
on,
against Tank
man.
Davis, man. Are you
Come on,
serious?
man.
He not about to do that against a lot of people that's not even as good as people think they is. Like he wouldn't be able to do that against no player.
Not even
It
Murataya.
is I gotta look up more attire so I could see what he'd be able to do versus him. But
Watch the
like
Cruz fight.
somebody like Oshaki, he'd be able to do the same thing he did with Tio. Maybe worse, honestly. Cause Oshaki not about to
Dang.
take them risks
Hey man, let
We
him
Tio
know.
we
would take.
we gotta see them fights, John. I feel like Shakur
I
getting
don't
better,
gotta
more
see them fight
comfortable.
to know. Like Shakur, he gonna make it look worse than he did on Tio with Oshaki. That
Man,
I disagree.
that's gonna be Stephen Fulton his get back.
man,
Oshaki fighting Shakur. Like now we show you what Stephen Fulton had to go through. Even worse.
what?
Revenge. Revenge for Fulton.
That's
Nah,
all
I
that's
think
gonna be.
I think Oshaki's way better than you think he is, Jaro. With all due
Nah, he
respect.
real good. He real good. He just not on Shakur level. He not. I'm not about to pretend because I like Oshaki. I'm not about to pretend that I believe he on Shakur level. he on
You're
Shakur level at a lower weight, like a smaller size. But if he actually
you're
get in there with Shakur, it's gonna be like a middleweight against a lightweight.
Juan, what's the deal?
What's good with you?
Chilling, chilling.
What's good, John, man? What's up with you?
I don't know. I can't hear nobody.
Yeah, you gotta come back. Maybe you gotta come back in,
Yeah, that
brother.
problem earlier.
What's good, Iron? How you been, bro?
What's up, Juan?
Yeah.
Great to see you. God bless.
That's it.
Hey,
God bless
Juan, you,
also.
you you heard what I was saying though
What's
Yeah.
up?
about how Sugar Ray move around the first 6 rounds and he's not in range.
Yeah, but Sugar Ray was a different animal, though. If he know that he got you in range already, he get you out of there.
Who you talking about? Who
Sugar
that's
Ray.
one?
What's good, John?
What up? What's good with you? Yeah, man. He Fave tried to be slick. He wasn't comparing Sugar Ray and Shakur. He would just talk about Sugar Ray. Like, man, Sugar Ray way different, man.
I'm
And
Yeah,
he
no,
saying he
Sugar.
throwing
did the same
flurries. He
thing.
throwing flurries for 15 rounds.
No, no. I'm saying the exact same thing that you just criticized Shakur for. I'm saying Sugar Ray did the same things.
Nah,
He did. That's a
No,
fact.
man.
Sugar Ray though. Sugar Ray was a little bit different because Sugar Ray had Sugar Ray, if he knew he was faster than you, he was just gonna outbox you for those 15 to 12 rounds. But if it was the case might be that you was just as good as a boxer as him, then yeah, he would have to figure you up. But that's every boxer. In reality, you name me a boxer that doesn't try to figure you out within the first couple of rounds. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know about the moving around part. The moving around part was because a lot of times back then he was probably
That's
defenses
to,
on his
that's to
legs.
frustrate you.
Yeah, that was the
That's to
fact. But
frustrate you, Juan. It's
he,
just to frustrate you because I really can't do nothing with you right now. But let me try to frustrate you. Let me let your guard come down a little bit so I can let off a few combinations. That's all that
Yeah,
was,
but
bro.
yeah, no.
That's all
But
that
if
was,
if he
bro.
if anybody
Mine
fights
is
like Ray, it's really nobody in this earth that fought like Ray. It's
Where you think Manny Pacquiao get his style from? Sugar Ray Leonard, man.
nah,
And
see,
Sugar Ray Leonard was just
Stop
paying
it.
homage.
nah,
He was
see, nah,
just
man,
paying, hold on.
man,
He was just
man,
paying homage to Muhammad Ali moving around like that.
nah, but
Why you think
Manny
he
fought
put
more
the
like
tassels and stuff on?
Manny fought like more like Roberto though. To me, he fought more
Nah,
like
exactly, exactly,
he
exactly.
had them bricks in his hand like Roberto, but Manny move
nah.
around and he is
Nah,
shooting. He's
you
shooting
probably
with combination. He had a mixture though.
yeah, see,
He had
John,
a
but you're
mixture,
probably
y'all.
you're probably thinking about the older Sugar. I mean, Sugar Ray, Robert Roberto. I'm talking about 135
Thinking about
Roberto.
the
That's
hand
a different
speed, I
man. Yeah,
think.
that's a different. Yeah, that's a
What? What? You
that's
saying he
great.
dancing around?
No, he's not dancing around. He's standing
That's what
out.
I'm talking about,
He's
Manny.
no, he's
Manny,
not. But
the way that
Manny not
Sugar
dancing
Ray
around.
One at
Leonard,
a time, fellas, please.
the way
Yeah,
that
but
Sugar Ray Leonard dance around and then shoot with combinations, Manny do that the same way. Yeah, he
nah, see,
got
but
some similarities to Roberto Duran too, though. But they
Man,
both came before Manny. Like
Manny is on the
they
front
both
foot.
came before him.
nah, but Manny fought more like Roberto. He didn't fight like Ray because Ray was yeah he would dance around, but Ray would establish a lot of his jabs. Manny was just trying to get you out of there with that left hand immediately. He's not playing around. He's not trying to joke with you. He's not trying to like have.
I could agree with you
I
if you
agree.
saying more like Roberto, but like I'm not about to.
Nah,
Manny
see,
got some of that
because
sugar in him too, man.
nah,
He
because
got some of that
Roberto was
in
the
him.
same way, bro. Roberto was the same way. I think Irony, you probably the oldest out of all of us here. Irony probably gonna attest to that. Like Roberto was not trying to
Roberto
play
was
with you.
more flat-footed
Yeah.
to me.
Roberto
He
was
was
not
more
trying to play with you.
flat-footed than
Nah,
Manny.
I'm not that old, fellas. I'm 40. My goodness.
Yeah, nah, but I'm saying like you probably watched him fight. I'm 30. I didn't get to watch him fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely watched them. Yeah, yeah.
It's
Uh,
like
uh,
it's
I'm
just
uh,
Hey, let me just
I'm
say this real
looking
quick,
at.
y'all. Let me say this real quick, y'all. Listen, appreciate all the love and support. I see somebody in the background. We do members only panel. Join the membership. We don't do no cursing on the panel. We a gentleman's panel.
yes,
When we
sir.
have ladies, we a ladies panel. We do things decently and in order. We making money on our
That's
channel. We're
annoying.
not here for kicks and giggles. We really here to kind of grow and prosper in life. That's why I started the channel. Let's keep working. Y'all go ahead and cook.
But yeah,
But
nah.
without a doubt, let me say this: without a shadow of a doubt, Manny is way more similar to Duran than any other of the four kings. Now, Ja, I think is coming from a ability to put punches together and just blind you with the lightning fast hand speed. So if you're coming up from that standpoint and how quick his feet are as well, but you see them in the ring, they're polar opposites, man. Because Manny didn't really use his footwork for defensive purposes like Sugar Ray Leonard did. Manny used his footwork for offensive purposes 99.9% of the time. Now they're similar in some aspects, but and I don't think it's fair to say he's similar to Duran either, because Duran defense is criminally underrated. Manny had no defense basically. Manny is basically my offense is my defense. That's why Marcus was such a perfect. That's why he was such a perfect matchup for Marcus, because Marcus is a natural counterpuncher,
Right.
and this guy is one-way traffic. So, Sugar Ray Leonard is a little more complicated than that, man. He's not just gonna come forward.
Sugar was like a real complete fighter. He was a real complete fighter.
I mean, I'm a haggler guy, so obviously I'm gonna have my feelings about that fight or what have you. But the reality is, this guy is really good, man. Like, I can't deny that, man. Like,
I'm a haggler guy too, but I'm gonna call a spade, and I'm just gonna call that it is, man. He beat him no matter what.
But I know where it's coming from. Like, if you look at
a couple of aspects, pulling up on us.
If you look at a couple of aspects of fighting, I can see you, with the hand speed, the ability to put 8, 9, 10, and just blind you with the hand speed. Yes, if you stay there, but if you look at the whole thing, no way Manny's similar to Sugar Ray. No way. And that's not an issue either.
Sugar Ray. But Sugar Ray, the thing with Sugar Ray though is Sugar Ray, like, he can do anything in that ring. Like, in reality, like, out of everybody, like, that was in history, like, he could really actually do everything. He body punched good. True. He used the distance good. He mid-range fight good. He was a dog. He knew how to, outbox you. He was everything. He was literally everything in a box.
He could sleep you. He could outbox you. He could win by any way. He was capable of winning by any means necessary, man.
Who y'all talking about? Roberto?
Leonard.
Sugar Ray.
Or Manny Pacquiao?
No,
Sugar Ray.
Manny Pacquiao could outbox you too, man. Nah. That's what he did with Marquez the first 10 fights before he got slept.
He didn't beat Marcus one time.
Rick, what up? Salute.
No, he beat him. I think he beat him. I think he beat him the second time. He beat him the second time. The first one was definitely a draw.
I give him the first one because one of those bozo judges had the first round 10-7. When mathematically speaking, I mean, you got the 3 points of the 3 knockdowns plus the round should be 10-6. So I give him the first one, maybe the second one, the third one. You can't convince me that Pacquiao won.
The third one was the second one. The second one, the only reason I say that the second one was because I think the difference what made it really kind of difference was the knockdown. I think it was the third. Yeah. That was the only difference to me. I was like, okay, if we're scoring this, like if we sat down and we all sat there and watched it, I'm like, listen, the swing rounds is a whole bunch of close rounds, but what made the difference was the knockdown. That's what it was. The third fight, I'm not arguing with you there. I don't know. One judge was blind on the eye, the other one was watching cartoons, and one was watching the crowd because I don't know what he was watching.
Right.
Let me jump in. Let me pivot the conversation real quick. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he's up there in age, right? Maybe fighting Floyd. Was inactive for a while, came back, put together a pretty decent performance. Maybe Barrios didn't let his hands go. Barrios could be a company man, of course. Talk to us about Errol Spence Jr. coming back to the sport of boxing. I'm gonna start with Ja. Ja, break that down because me and Aaron was cooking on it earlier. What's your thoughts on that, Ja? Like Errol Spence, do you feel like he can? This is a winnable fight versus Tim Tszyu, or do you expect to see a lot of ring rust on Errol?
He want payday, man. Of course, I expect to see a lot of ring rust because he been out of the ring for a long time. When he fought Ugas, I seen ring rust. And he just wanted payday. He could have fought Charlo, but Charlo would have definitely hurt him for sure. At least Tim Tszyu got that head injury, and he might have a chance when it come to that. But Tszyu fresher than him to me. I hope he do come back looking good though. Let's see it. Once you break he broke his orbital bone, right?
No, you're talking about Team Tszyu on Fundora 1?
No, he's talking about
No, I'm
Errol. Errol
talking
tore
about
his
Errol
retina. He
Spence.
had
He
torn
tore his
retina.
retina.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I think in
I
each
don't know.
eye,
You could come back in each eye.
if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Nah, man, he done. This a payday fight, and he talking all that junk about Jamel, and he could not be hating on Jamel like that. Jamel, the man, he's still fresh, and he's still the man in a way at 154, just like Tszyu said, and everybody know that. Mel was the last to get undisputed at 154, and ain't nobody taking from him. Earl just sitting here stepping on Mel toes for real, trying to get a payday. Cause Tszyu, he need to wrap it up too.
Yeah, but I mean, can Jamel gonna get a fight? I mean, he was supposed to fight Tszyu before he moved up and fought Canelo, so he should have came back to Tszyu. So Errol jumped. So Errol pretty much stole his fight. That's probably why he tight.
Yeah, I mean, he don't seem as tight as he been made out to be. He looked like his regular self. He looked more on point than he ever been, especially with all the personal circumstances coming into play with it. But he looked ready to fight. That's what he looked more ready to fight than Tszyu or Earl to me. And that loss to Canelo didn't really say nothing for me. Like, you lost to Canelo. Smart move getting out of the fight the way you did instead of taking any damage for real. And like, they probably took advantage of that, him fighting Canelo and losing, and didn't want. They probably could have made some big fights. And then they talk about Jamel drinking. Like, Earl's been known to drink and be a pig in between his fights, like literally blow up like a damn pig. Like, and he been known to be undisciplined outside the ring and inside the ring. His defense, he can do stuff, but he ain't never had the best defense.
That's a
So like,
fact. I agree with that.
he probably gonna get beat up in this Tszyu fight, whether he win or not. Cause he fights stupid.
You know, Tszyu just
He
quit
just a
versus Fondor, right?
powerhouse. Huh?
Tszyu just quit versus Fondor, and he
And
went and he went 12, and he just went 10 rounds and got punched on by a dude we never heard of.
Right. He
So
went 10
where'd
whole
you
rounds with his head split. He quit versus Fondor with his head was
no,
his
he's talking about
skull
the
no, I'm
was
second
talking about
one.
the
showing.
second fight.
Yeah, yeah, he's talking about the second
Wasn't
one.
his skull showing in that
No,
second fight?
that's the first
No.
one.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then that was after his skull was showing. And then he got hit in that damn forehead with that uppercut again, and he quit. Smart man. He need to wrap it up.
Okay, but
Hey,
let
shout out to
me
And
Kill.
just
Shout out
let
to
Earl,
me let me
Kill.
let me tell you this real quick, John. Not to cut you off, buddy, but you got to remember in the first
Salute,
fight
Kill.
when he had that nasty cut, he made a bad decision because they could have went to the scorecards right then and there, and they decided to keep going. So the joke is on him, man. Unfortunately, I hate to be the asshole that said, excuse me, that
nah,
says
I'm
it,
And
but
you
not.
already
Ain't
know
no
people going
joke.
cap.
I ain't
You
joking
know
on
people going
nobody.
cap. Look, John.
right,
I
That's
right.
ain't
why you
joking
always
on none
gotta.
of
You
them.
always gotta. Somebody always gotta be honest and tell the truth because we all live through it. Look at this. Earl got beat into submission by Bud. Now Tszyu literally quit in his corner in the second fight against Fondor. He said no mas. Errol argued when the referee jumped in and stopped the fight after he was getting beat up by Bud. Errol was still fighting versus Bud. Tszyu quit in his corner. So nobody was beaten to submission. Errol was willing to take more punishment in there with the number one fighter in the world. It's just that simple. So when I'm trying to tell y'all, I got Bentley on the line, Kerry on the line, and Marky on the line with this Errol versus Tszyu.
Now let me say
So
this about
it
Errol
is what it
Spence
is.
because
It was
I think
stupid
people need
what
to
Earl did.
understand.
I'm not giving him
People, let me
credit
say this, John.
for
Steve,
that.
Let me say this real quick, buddy. The thing with Errol Spence, people got to remember, even in his heyday, his best fight was probably Sean Porter, right? I don't think there's any debate on that. He was getting hit, bro, a lot. Like even Danny Garcia caught him a couple of times with a couple of killer shots, man. Ugas not so much, and Mikey not so much. But
Ugas hit him when he wasn't even looking. He purposely just got
well,
hit.
yeah, exactly. He had that one thing, but in Sean Porter, and listen, Sean Porter's a little bull, man. But in Sean Porter fight and then Danny fight, he was getting hit, bro, flush. So there were signs to be a little, not. To get a little concerned because he does get hit, Errol Spence, not for nothing. He ain't the slickest guy out there,
Man, Tszyu is right there. He gonna get beat on. He got
I agree.
Ugas boxes more than Tszyu.
Bro, I can box.
The part with the long rules.
My fault. Go ahead.
Nah, cook guy.
No, like they both should get beat on because of their styles, but Errol should after this, he should be done. Like Tszyu was saying, this his last fight. It doesn't sound like he was trying to say he gonna retire him like that. It's more like Errol already saying this his last fight too. He said he got 1 foot out already. Man, I don't respect that. You just coming back just to get a payday. You talking about you got 1 foot out, man.
He gonna get a couple paydays.
Maybe
he gonna get the Zoo fight, and then he gonna get
gonna
Canelo.
be the next one talking, mumbling,
probably Mal
and stuff while he talking.
Probably Mal be 3 because I don't see him jumping all the. I mean, you don't say no to the Canelo bag, but like if Canelo beats Mbili, he's a champion. I mean, I don't see how beating Team Tszyu gets you a title shot, but I mean, if they make it, I'll watch it.
Oh, I got you. I got you, Kerry, right? I got you, Aaron, right here, and I'm gonna let Juan jump in.
Beat somebody first yourself.
So that's what gets you. That's what jumps you the line.
Yeah,
Errol Spence still sell out any stadium in Texas he wants. Go ahead, Juan.
If we're gonna sit here and really have a conversation of it, like 3 just said, yeah, that it makes total sense because again, you put it in Texas, put it in the biggest stadium in Texas, it sells out automatically. It's not really rocket science to it. Now what y'all was saying was correct. I'm not gonna sit here and disagree with the man. But in a way, we also gotta remember Tszyu has taken a lot of beatings in the last 6 fights. Looked good against the Anthony Velasquez kid, was all right. But again, last fight even fought somebody that we didn't know was taking severe punishment for no reason. So even if we get an Errol that looked like that he was against Ugas, I got him stopping him. It's not really rocket science to that. He's there to be hit. He's gonna always be there to be hit. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? But what Ja was saying wasn't like, out the wall crazy, nothing like that. It's just, I get what he was saying. He's just trying to pronounce it better. But it's just, we got to also understand, take a premise of where Tszyu's literally in the last 6 fights. We got to look at that type of premise because if you say he looked good his last fight, we don't know what you was watching. You know what I'm saying? So it's a premise of, all right, listen, if you don't look good in this fight right now, right? What makes you think you're going to look good against an Errol Spence? Somebody that, we haven't seen him in 2 years, but God knows that we all know here in the world, in this boxing world, when he's ready, he's ready. So it's not like we're going to get some different type of Errol. When he coming in the fight, he's coming in the fight. He's not coming in to, he looked like a daisical. Yes, he looked bad against Bud, but again, how many fighters haven't looked bad against Bud?
Right.
The guy retired undefeated for a reason. That's a reason why. Nobody else beat him. The number 1 pound for pound fighter didn't look good against him. So if we're going to sit here and have that conversation, let's really sit here and talk about it.
Real talk. Let me just say this to Carrier. He had over 47,000 in attendance for Mikey Garcia. So what do you think Canelo? What do you think he's gonna do with Canelo?
And that's not even having all the seats available.
Right.
They're gonna have all the seats available for that.
Right.
That's in Texas, and dead smack Texas, Mexican country. That's You telling me you not? Yeah, nah, bro. Y'all bugging out.
But part of the problem, Juan, is yes, he everybody else lost to Bud Crawford, yeah, but he got massacred, bro.
Yeah, but you gotta understand though, right? You gotta understand, right? Let's say let's put it like this, right? In Sean Porter's 30 something odd fights, right? When have you ever
Mhm.
seen him just stop? When have you ever seen him that look that bad?
Um, no,
What? No,
no, you're right. You're right.
I'll wait
You're
for
right.
it. I'll wait for it. What do you think? I'll wait for it.
No, no, you're right. I was just thinking, but I think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
That's a generational type fighter, bro. That's not even a joke.
No, no, I understand, but no, no, I agree. I agree. Bud's my guy, man. But what I'm saying is, from a beating standpoint, since everybody lost to him, then I think it's fair to say who took the worst beating. We can do this, right? Like, I don't think there's any disagreement that. Well, I'll have to think maybe a little bit for this one,
Nah,
but
I ain't aggressive. Chill,
I,
chill. I'm
but
never aggressive.
Earl,
I'm chilling.
Earl probably took the worst beating against Crawford. Like Canelo didn't take that bad of a beating. Mean Machine, whoever even
It's just you
maybe.
never seen
But you see
irony.
my
We just
point?
never
Like,
seen him like that. It
Yeah, we
wasn't.
never. Is that we
That's
never
the
seen
whole
it?
thing. He got knocked down. He got back up. He ended the fight on his feet. Harvey Doc said, "Okay, I seen enough, bro." It's just that
Yeah,
simple. After 9, 10 rounds, we've seen people get beat way worse than that.
yeah,
It's just that Errol Spence. We never seen Errol Spence get beat like that. And that was supposed to be a 50-50 fight on paper.
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm gonna be
And
honest.
even if
So
and even
everybody's not Bud Crawford.
yeah, but even if you think about it, right? If you think about it, right? Like that beating wasn't bad, right? That beating wasn't really that crazy or even that bad, right? Then you look at like what he did against like Jose Benavidez, somebody that's like prior to the fight never got stopped, not even think got knocked down to the situation. Like it's just like, whoa, what is this dude? This dude is he's just different. That dude's different. He's just built different. He does
listen.
everything different.
I
So
don't
it's like,
disagree with the word you're saying. I'm just saying that here's why I bring that up. Okay, let me give you the reason why I bring that up. I'm bringing that up because Team Tszyu, if there's one thing he can do, he can crack, right? He can never move his head. He's got clunky feet. He got a million bad things. But one thing he can do is crack. And Errol is not the slickest dude
yeah,
out there,
but
you know?
one thing that Errol does better than anybody on the planet Earth is body punch. That's one thing he does, and one thing
Oh,
that Tzu
definitely.
doesn't like it
Yeah.
is body punching. So eventually, he's gonna catch him 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah, he's gonna catch him. But then when that sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, I don't know if any of y'all boxed before. When you
I
go
did.
in
Yep.
and deeper in those rounds, and you remember you going deeper in those rounds, sparring with some type of Spanish dude that know how to body punch, and your legs start getting heavy,
Yeah.
and you start breathing real heavy, and you think, all right, bro, I gotta get out of here.
No,
That's that's
I know what a shot to the
that's what.
liver feels
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Trust me.
That's what's gonna happen. Eventually, he's just gonna stop,
No,
and
I'm
that's
with
when.
Spence. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for Spence. He's clearly the A-lister here, but I'm just saying there's a little, obviously, the inactivity. But I mean, listen, I'm with Spence,
Yeah,
but I'm just kind of like looking at both sides of the
I
coin
mean,
here. You
he's
know?
come off worse. He's come off worse though. Like we gotta kind of come off like detached retina, crazy car crash, another detached retina. Like he's came off worse. He just came off a beating. That's all that was, and he took 3 years off. I mean, name me somebody in the 2010s that was more active than him. I'll wait. Go ahead. Do your thing. Go ahead. Do your thing. Who's more active than him in the 2010s? From 2011 to 2019, who was more active than him? Please,
I
somebody.
don't know off the top of my head, man. Probably,
It's please, please,
Porter,
please.
maybe.
I mean, now he was
Yeah,
maybe Wilder, but the biggest. I mean, he's the biggest. He
I
was
don't
the
know.
biggest
please,
name.
please, bro.
He was the biggest
I'm just
name.
stating facts. I'm just stating facts now. Now I'm just
Yeah.
really starting to state facts. Come on, now. Like we gotta stop acting like we wasn't living in the 2010s, bro. Like this man, besides Wilder, yes, was the biggest star in boxing at a certain point. The biggest star, like him, Canelo, Wilder. That was it. And then now Tank. Come on, now. Like we
No,
can't.
what them beatings that Devin and Errol took showed me about them. They hell of a fighter. They great. They durable. They strong, tough guys, and they willing to do anything to win a fight. They're
Yeah,
not.
bro.
Gonna,
Listen,
And
they're
it,
not going to be denied.
don't
That's all. Those are specific types of beatings. Now, when we talk
don't
about
get
these
me
other
wrong,
guys,
bro.
look at how Fedor got clipped by Mendoza, couldn't get up.
Yeah.
Devin literally pulled himself up off the canvas, and then he held center ring after getting hit with big shots all night.
Did we forget what the James Kirkland beatdown was against Canelo? Do
Oh
we
my
forget
goodness.
what we seen that?
That was a gruesome knockout.
Do we forget that one? He got up and
No.
then mind you, he got up talking about I still want to fight. Like what are we
No,
talking
but I
like?
mean, but listen,
What are we talking
listen to
about? Do we
me.
forget the Medina knockout when he woke up 2 hours later? Like, come on, son. Like, what are we really talking about, son?
Listen. I'm not putting down Errol Spence. It's just that I like to analyze fights looking at both sides and seeing it from their perspective.
Nah,
At the end of the day,
and I get it, and I get it, and I definitely like talking boxing with you. But it's just like when we talk about somebody that like it's just shown time and time again, bro. That he just comes back even better sometimes. It's just like, bro, all right, now we just shitting on a dude. My fault, three, but we're messing with a dude that doesn't deserve this because again, he carried a division for a very very long time. When Thurman was out, when Sean wasn't really fighting like that, it was him. It was literally just him. It was
and
just him.
three made a great point earlier when he said that I think Ronnie Shields was the one that said it that excuse me, Earl needed this time off. Like this is
Hmm.
great for him. So that was a great point actually. So
Yeah.
that adds to what you're saying. But it's just that listen, I hope he's 100%, bro, and I hope he shows up and shows out because I've always loved Errol Spence, man. I've always have, always will. So I just hope, bro, that he can do his thing, bro, and hopefully get, if not the Canelo fight, at the very least a Mal or a Thurman fight. To be honest with
Now they were courageous in defeat. It's just that simple, Gary. You know what it is. We seen people like, look, Canelo made Billy Ho quit. You look at Rick, what Rick said. Now, being injured is something different. I give you got broken orbital bone, like Zerto, Zerto was gonna fight Benavidez tooth for nail, but his eye gave out. Who else? Now, people would say Bubu Andrade. People would say Bubu Andrade quit. You know what I'm saying? Versus Benavidez. Um,
you, a good one is Dubois versus Joe Joyce.
okay. Bubaba Joe Joyce. He laid down, he took his L. He
I
didn't get
think
up.
Kel
We
Brook
also
too.
seen we also seen him. We also seen Dubois versus Usyk one in round nine. We made money. I made money on that. I picked Usyk pre-fight round nine, and Dubois. He just realized he was a beaten man, and he was done. He said he was finished. He was done. Hold on, let me play the sound bite, man. He said he was finished. He was done.
Kel
Y'all finished or y'all done?
So
Spence too.
with Errol Spence, the referee Harvey Dock had to save him from himself. It's a difference. If you can't see the difference, that's on you. I'm trying to help you. Go ahead, Cook Iron.
No, I'm just saying that I think Kel Brook had an injury against Earl Spence as well
Yeah, he
in
had an eye
this
injury. Yeah,
fight.
absolutely, he had an eye injury. 1,000%. Orbital bone broken.
Uh,
Absolutely. Look at Rich said Nonito broke anyways over the bone and he didn't quit.
that's
Absolutely.
not. Well, I mean, you can make that case for Cotto when he broke Malinagi's orbital bone and he didn't quit either. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mind it.
Whichever.
I don't, bro. If there's something wrong with your eye and you don't want to continue, it's hard for me to call
A
it
lot
quit.
of times though, no, it's not that irony. It's they have money invested in them. Like for instance, why are you gonna look at Zaire Abdullah versus Devin Haney? Devin Haney broke a bone in his face, and they pulled Zaire Abdullah. His corner pulled him. He was probably like, I can't see it. And they said, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and call this fight. That brother anyway couldn't have lost to no Nito in Japan. Are y'all crazy? So older than Nonito? No, he had to fight through that. He had to dig deep.
Yeah.
Errol got 25, 30,000 pay-per-view event. Devin got 25, 30,000. They can't lose. It's not an option for them. So it's just a different level. Some of these guys they gonna get pulled out by their trainer or by their management or the promoter going. You gonna see the promoter stand up and wave his neck and say, "Go ahead and go ahead and end this fight." We see it happen all the time.
I mean, a trainer's job is to look for his fighter's safety too. So,
Yes,
um,
absolutely.
you know,
So
but
let me ask you this. We're gonna get out of here, Irony, in a little bit. I want
okay,
to
yeah, I
ask you
gotta go.
this, and then we're gonna talk a little bit of Daniel Dubois Wardley, but we're gonna finish it on Friday. Y'all know we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3. Let me ask you this, Irony, while I got you here. Since you said that it's trainer safety, should Bill have pulled the plug on the Devin fight? Devin versus Ryan. Do you think Bill should have called it off?
That's a great question, man. Um, I would have done it. I would have probably done it. Should Bill have done it? I mean, hindsight is always 2020, but man, I can see a case for the yes and a case for the no, man. I mean, I'm not sure what to say, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind it either way. How about that?
Mm, yeah, I'm thankful. He said, "Look at Kerry said Robisi quit because if not, Robisi didn't quit. Robisi was getting beat on.
Yeah,
It
Errol
was
did.
no, he had no win in that. He wasn't gonna win. I'm gonna say I think Bill did the right thing. He let his fighter go out on the shield. Devin showed he had resolve. He hadn't quit. Bill even said that he has Devin and him have a signal. He knows if Devin is if Devin is taking too much or Devin is hurt or something like that. He'll signal to his pops. So Devin really wanted to finish that fight. Wanted to see if he can win that fight. He lost a majority decision because he was winning a lot of rounds, but he was just getting knocked down. Now let's move on from that irony real quick. I want to get predictions and then we're gonna move on. We'll do a full show. We'll talk about all the fights on Friday. We're gonna talk about Angelo Leo versus Raisa Halim. That's gonna be a good fight on Friday. Excuse me, that's gonna be a good fight this weekend on Salida Promotions. It's gonna be on the zone. We also have Zuffa Boxing this weekend, y'all. On Sunday, we have Shane Mosley is back this weekend versus Boachuk and some other good fights. So we're gonna kick it on Friday and talk some more boxing. Y'all be ready. Before we get out of here, Irony, I want right off the bat, who do you got, Worley or Dubois?
Dubois by stoppage, round 7, 8, or 9, 7 through 9.
Mm.
By the way, if you don't mind, I'll be live tomorrow night. If anybody wants to jump in, I'm gonna do
What time
another
you
live
starting?
as well. About 9 p.m.
Okay.
around there. Could be earlier. Um, but yeah, I got Dubois because I just think Dubois has fought much better opposition than Wardley has consistently. So,
Mhm.
albeit coming up on the short end of the stick twice against Usyk, but that AJ fight to me boosted his confidence like nobody else. And he's been in there with Miller and Hergovich, legit dudes. So even Joe Joyce coming up was a legit dude, before he got zanged, you know. But I think Dubois got him. But man, I wouldn't bet a nickel on this fight. I'll tell you that much.
I'm with, I'm with you on that. He said one better nickel on it. Um, let me bring in Phase real quick. Phase, talk to me, man. Who you leaning towards in this Worley versus Dubois?
Hey man, same thing. Dubois 7 through 9, man. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Face and I agreed, man. How about that?
Dang. Even though y'all seen this brother literally get clean, Usyk clean him up. I mean, he literally cleaned this boy up, and he's not even a puncher.
But three, you
Usyk,
gotta
Usyk
remember
is
what.
kryptonite, man. Usyk is kryptonite, man. That's it.
Wow.
Right, and
That's
not only
it.
Okay.
that, I mean that's absolutely right. But not only that, I mean, Wadley hasn't fought a killer yet. Excuse the word, right? But
Hmm.
he hasn't fought a real dangerous puncher. Like, listen, all heavyweights can punch, obviously, but Justice Hooney, boxer was
Hold on,
piecing
Pop
him up.
Smoke David Adelaide can't punch?
That was a while ago. You see what I mean? And with all the respect to Fraser Clark and Justice Hooney and Parker, they're not really known. To me, that's not the first thing that comes to mind, like the knockout
Mhm.
power.
Right.
When I think about those fighters. So Dubois been in there with AJ, obviously. Usyk, I mean, Hergovich got some pop too. Like, you see what I mean? But that's just me, though. I mean, Wardley can crack too, man.
Hmm.
When Dubois fought somebody other than Usyk, he's a monster.
But AJ can't box. AJ not box. AJ not a boxer.
That's a fact too, Face.
The
Like
the other
AJ
guy,
going toe to toe.
Usyk. I mean, he fought after Usyk too. Did he knock him out? Before
I'm just
AJ,
let me look. I'm
he
trying to
knocked
find
that dude
for
out
who
too, man.
Hergovich.
Dubois, the fight
Miller.
after the
Miller.
first Usyk fight, he knocked him out, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a TKO,
Come
but yeah,
on,
it was a
man.
stoppage. And
Yeah, he
Come on,
sent it.
Hergovich
man.
Yeah.
and Hergovich was a TKO as well.
Hold on, do y'all okay? Yeah, so you talking about he got Jarrell Miller 10th round TKO, Hergovich 8th round TKO, and then he got the K. He KO AJ.
And
No, no,
Wardley doesn't have those
none of them
names.
sound like Wooly. Now, he's also been stopped 3 times in his career. JoJo stopped him in 10 KO.
Name.
Usyk stopped him in 9 KO, and Usyk stopped him in 5 KO. You know what that means?
JoJo's was
When you see that KO right there, that means he could not get off the canvas.
JoJo's was a
Nasty work.
million years ago. B3. JoJo's was a million years ago, man. That don't count.
But that still didn't rear his head when it got dark. Look at what Gary said. When it got dark, Daniel Dubois didn't want no more parts of it. So all Fabio Wardley has got to remind this brother, it's gonna get dark in there. Now look at Frazier. Now look at this. Wardley stopped Adelaide in 7 TKO. He came back. He got a draw with Frazier Clark. For whatever reason, that was a tough fight for him. And Frazier's tough. We all know Frazier's tough. He's an Olympian, whatever, right? He came back and stopped Frazier in 1 round, broke his
True.
face.
True.
Then he was getting outboxed by Justice Honey, one punch KO'd him in 10 rounds.
That
Then
was
he
a Hail
came back.
Mary.
Then he came back and stopped Joseph Parker in 11 rounds. And we know Joseph Parker, like Kerry said, the number 2, he was like the number ranked two ranked heavyweight in the world at the time. Joe Parker was doing this thing after Joe had stopped Martin Bacoli and beat Big Bang Zhang and beat Wilder.
Yeah.
So Wardley,
Man, Big
That's part of the
Bang,
problem, isn't
Big
it?
Bang and Wilder. Come on, man. Come on,
Exactly.
man.
Like two
Big Bang and
40-year-olds
Wilder,
and
man.
Big Bang.
but let me tell you this. I got 3. Let me counter you with this. Because you bring up the Usyk fights, and okay, obviously those happened, but Wardley to me is much more similar to AJ than he is to Usyk.
I can
So
agree with that.
it's not like he has to worry about
Hold on.
an Usyk.
Hold on. Outside of the fact that Wardley is durable. You can't what did
Yeah,
Caleb
I'm
say?
talking from a
You
skill
can't
standpoint.
break a poor man's chin. That's the key. AJ is in silk
Maybe not.
sheets. AJ's in silk sheets. We seen him get clipped and beat up and pretty much didn't know what he was against Andy Ruiz. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
that was a
So
million years ago.
Wardley,
But yeah.
well, it did reared his head. He couldn't keep his composure and tried to rush a knockout versus Daniel Dubois and got clipped and KO'd. My whole thing is this. Until somebody can put Wardley down, you gotta show me. You gotta
No,
show me.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. And listen, it's 50-50. I'll give you that one. I'm just saying that from a stylistic standpoint or a skill standpoint, I would look more to the AJ fight than the Usyk fights when it comes to Wardley as an opponent to me, because Wardley, what?
No, I was saying Dubois got some of the biggest power up there at heavyweight, man. People
Right.
sleep on that power by Dubois. When he let
Right.
that right hand go, you better not be there.
The
I
ball
don't
about to
care who
put
you
that man
are.
to sleep.
Yes, sir. He's
Wow.
but
Juan,
hey,
you in on that?
Yeah, man. I told you. I think that was bullshit. That was bullshit.
What are
When
you
I said
doing?
that shit,
because he
Now,
doesn't
never
have
put
to
it.
I'm
worry
serious.
about Usyk type of skills anymore. That's the thing. Like he already saw the best dude. You're not gonna see anything like Usyk unless
Yeah.
Let's be real
And,
here, right? So
Wardley has a lot of holes. That's the thing that people you can't go.
exactly.
You can't go life and death with what was it, the Frazier Clark, and think you're gonna go and step up to Daniel Dubois, former champion himself, and think you're gonna smoke him. Like that's not even fathomable. Bro. Like in my brain, bro, like he's gonna
But
get put to
Daniel's
bed.
there
Bro.
to be hit though.
But
Joe and Justice are movers. They boxers. You know they out boxers. They skilled boxers.
nah, but Daniel's there to be hit. The same thing with Frazier. I mean, with this dude, bro, he's saying he's there to be hit all the time.
Well, Fabio,
You
yeah. He
But
gonna be
Worley
there.
You
can
name
win, bro.
you.
Three. Fabio can win. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fabio can win. I mean,
Nah,
he
that's a
can
fact. He
trash.
could win,
Yeah.
but he could win. He could win also. Then team getting put to sleep. So
Now let me
either
ask you
way.
this: the people that made this fight, one,
Hmm.
would they with Frank Warren and Queensberry? What's the promote? What makes promotional sense? Who do they want to move forward as the
If
champ?
he if Wardley wins, I can see a Tyson Fury bout
Right. Yeah.
manifesting itself. Um, Now if Dubois wins, it's a weird situation
It
because
is.
you've already fought the champ twice and lost
Caballero.
twice.
Gotta be Caballero top
Nah,
man.
because Caballero's getting the shot with Usyk. I
With
think they're
Usyk,
talking about,
I
yeah,
think they talk
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
true.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
talking about that sometime early next year. So in
And
a
see,
way, who do we who do we put him with? Now, if all betting
Now
odds against it,
you know if Wardley wins, they're gonna make him fight. They may make him fight Caballero because it don't
nah,
make sense. It don't make sense. It got to be a king of like why?
because it's not a WBC, it's an IBF, and I don't think Caballero's I think ranked in the IBF at all.
How about
So he's
Fury? How about Fury, Juan?
that's why. Yeah, he just said
see, I don't
Fury.
know, because even if you fight Fury, right, you already had two fights where Usyk beat him. So it's like, do you really want to have him? I mean, yeah, I mean you could. I mean you could.
Dubois exactly the same
Fury's
thing.
fighting Joshua though. Fury's fighting Joshua.
Yeah, but that's a warm up fight.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. He's fighting.
That's a
Fury's
warm
fighting
up fight.
Joshua, man. Y'all know
No,
that.
no, no. You don't want to take that risk, bro. You don't want to
That's
take that risk facing AJ next, bro.
Let us
Because
see
he
this
might get
stuff.
beat.
Who?
Oh, because it's on the other stuff that I picked.
no.
Hey, you know
Hold on.
what? When I look at well B3, I think B3 is looking at Daniel Dubois in the pocket with Usyk, man. When he's in that pocket with the 235-pound Lomachenko, of course he's gonna get touched up, man. You know, you got Usyk feet bouncing, head moving, angles pumping. You know, he's giving you everything in there. But when Daniel Ball fight a guy with a little bit more his size, where he probably had a speed advantage, he probably got the power advantage. I mean, I got to see that too. You know, I got to see that too. I got to see if a bigger guy that's possibly the same speed or slower can get him out of there. I got to see that.
Mm, yeah,
Cause
Interesting.
we gonna
I
see.
felt
It's gonna
like
be.
when
I mean, Joe Joyce did it.
I mean, Joe Joyce is a little too. He's little. He. Joe Joyce he's little. I mean, what he coming to ring at one
Stop
two?
it. Six
He's not
five. No,
little.
about
He's
six
not
five, two
little. He's
seventy.
he's slow as a snail, but he's
He's
not
two.
little.
You know who I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Joseph Parker. That's what I'm
Okay.
thinking about. I'm
Okay.
thinking about Joseph Parker. Oh yeah,
Appreciate
but
you, babe. We about to shut it down.
Yeah, I gotta
And
go,
Rick,
fellas.
we
Appreciate you.
gonna talk about Raís Salim and Leo on Friday. That's a good fight. Raís could possibly upset Leo because he can box, and he not gonna really stay there to be hit. If he's smart, he'll just box on the
hey, my
outside. But
bad,
Leo,
aircraft.
I
My
like it.
bad,
I
my
like
bad.
Leo.
Instead of having
Hey, my boy
Lebo,
aircraft. Like, man, what 6'5", 2'8"? My bad. I'm thinking about Joseph Parker, man. My bad. Hold on, man.
Raís got a good trainer. He with Bones Adams, so everything is looking up for Raís. That's gonna be a good fight. Outside of that, listen, I mean, I appreciate all the support today, man. The shows have been phenomenal. We didn't cut down to 3 shows a week for a couple of hours. Shout out to my family, Juan. Blessings with the super sticker and the super chat today. Shout out to Real's daddy, my brother Ja, supporting the channel, helping the channel
Yes,
grow, and the
sir.
super chat, super sticker. All of the members and everybody that blessed us and blessed the chat today. James was in the chat, Rick, Bobby, everybody, AC, Angie, baby, pulled up, T Hill. I appreciate all love and support, man. We're gonna keep working. Thank you, Irony, for supporting and
Thank you, man.
joining the
God
membership
bless.
off the rip. Make sure y'all check out Irony Boxing tonight if you can. Y'all know me. I'm TikTok superstar. I'm doing 12 to 13 shows a week
Good
on
stuff, man.
TikTok. Really praying for people, loving on people, man. People sharing deep stuff, and we breaking things down. We growing, we prospering. So, hey, we elevating, man. Listen, one thing I'm gonna tell you, I was praying against, right? That trauma bond and stuff. Man, if you're around people and they not trying to elevate you, motivate you to be better, if they enabling you, get away from them. Any people that's in your circle or surrounding you or sowing into you, it should be up. It should be about God. It should about be bettering yourself. It should be about breaking chains. It should be about solutions, not problems. Just keep that in mind. So I've been praying against trauma bonding and all them type of groups, man, leaving people alone. Because what they want to do, they want you to stay stagnated. They want some campaign to talk about BS. Nah, we're gonna talk about some solutions. We're gonna talk about how we're gonna better our lives. We're gonna talk about how we're gonna sow into the youth and be examples for how the youth supposed to conduct themselves. So, man, I'm just thankful for the platform and the opportunity. Sow into the right people, consume the right content, consume the right things. What you consume, you will bear witness to. Just keep that in mind. Appreciate all the love and support. I'm gone. God bless y'all. Let's go green.
Bless you, bro.
I need money.